Hello and welcome to week 2. Aren't these weeks going fast? Week 2, marketing chapter 2. So we click on week 2 and then go to marketing chapter 2 PowerPoints and then click on chapter 2 PowerPoints. And let's talk about that once it comes up. There we go. Research question, formulation of the problem. Okay, so before you do research, you have to know what you're researching for. In other words, why are you conducting the research? This would be almost very similar to creating a goal when you're creating a budget or creating a sales plan. Our goal is to be able to answer the question. That didn't come up like forever, and now as soon as I start talking, it comes up. Okay, so poll question. Using taste tests is a foolproof method of conducting marketing research. Well, obviously that's false. It's one method, but it's not foolproof. 34% of young women ages 18 to 34 make Facebook the first thing they do when they wake up today. Obviously, that's a very old statistic since most people that age don't even use Facebook anymore. So, what are we going to learn in this chapter? We're going to learn key steps in problem formulation, distinguish between two types of decision problems, distinguish between a decision problem and a research problem, describe the research request agreement, and outline the various elements of the research proposal. Okay, so let's start. Okay, problem versus opportunities. The problem, a process of trying to identify specific areas where additional information is needed about the marketing environment. Opportunity, a process of trying to identify specific areas where additional information is needed about the marketing environment. Okay. So, when's a problem? When's an opportunity? Depends on how you look at it. It reminds me of the old saying about the two salespeople that went to a country, and everybody was in two shoe salesmen went to the same country to try and create a new market, and one came back saying we can't sell shoes there because everyone is without shoes. They were in bare feet. And the other one comes back and says, great opportunity there. Nobody wears shoes. Nobody has shoes to wear. So it all depends on how you look at it. Is nobody wearing shoes because they don't want to wear shoes? Or is nobody wearing shoes because they have no shoes to wear? So problem versus opportunity. Today's opportunity is tomorrow's problem. If a company fails to take advantage of opportunity, but its competitors do. Okay. So back in the 90s, when people were saying, should we go on the internet or not? Is the internet just a fad? People that thought it was a fad, they don't exist anymore. JCPenney is declaring bankruptcy yesterday is a great example. Okay, the problem formulation process. Meet with the client, see exactly what their expectations are, what their issues are, and have them explain it firsthand. Clarify the problem or opportunity so that you understand exactly what they're trying to accomplish. State the manager's decisions problem, develop possible research problems, select research problem to be addressed, and prepare a research request agreement so that everybody's on the same page and understands exactly what you're proposing and what they want you to accomplish. So, talking about meeting with the client first. Management statement of problem or opportunity, background information to find out exactly how they got to this point. You also want to try to find out what their core competency is so that your project can revolve around their core competency. It reminds me of when one of the last things that Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, did before he passed away was create new microwave pizza dishes for their new headquarters, which is one of the largest in the world, one of the most expensive also. And to think about this person who's dying of cancer, spending all of his time creating the perfect uh, dish, the perfect type of microwavable dish to put a pizza in so that it gets crispy instead of soggy. It's just remarkable. But if you went in there to try and create a solution to sell pizza dishes with Apple, you'd be missing the boat, even though it was a remarkable feat of engineering and as well as detail oriented and uniqueness. It's not what Apple does. So you want to find out what the company actually does. Plan versus unplanned change. Plan changes increase revenues, introduce new products. Apple usually produces a new product every September or October it's released. Unplanned changes, well, with this COVID-19 and everything, there may not be a new phone in September or October for Apple, depending on what happens. Also, that could affect the deployment of 5G because many of the creators, companies that are actually putting the um, infrastructure in for 5G, we're counting on Apple to have a 5G phone this fall, and it may not happen depending on the situation. Clarify the problem. One of the most important things a researcher can do for managers to provide a different perspective on the problem. This is the chance for the researcher to fully analyze good heart of the problem. Excuse me, fully analyze the heart of the problem with the client. How will it go? Oh well. Okay, so state the manager's decision problem. Discover oriented versus strategy oriented. Discover oriented decision problems are common with unplanned changes in the marketing environment. What's going on? Why is it going on? How long is it going to go on? What does it affect? Strategy oriented decision problems are common with plan changes in the marketing environment. How can we make this happen? Will it have the desired impact? What are the unintended consequences of what we're planning on doing or what we've already done? Researchers should conduct strategy oriented research if possible, okay, because those are the ones that are planned and you can actually create a model for it. Step 4, develop possible research problems. The problem formulation process. Decision problem, describe the manager's view of the situation. Research problem restates the decision problems in research terms. So we go from why are stores' revenues low? That's a practical question. The research problem is investigate current customer satisfaction, assess target market perception of store and competitors. Decision problem describes manager's view of decisions. Research problems restate decision problems in research terms. So, how do we increase store traffic? Right? If store sales are down, traffic's probably down. So, how do we increase it? Where the research problem would be investigate effectiveness of different sales promotions, determine consumer response to two proposed ad campaigns. And then you can see if either one of them is effective or not. You do two so you have something to compare it to. Okay, select research problem to be addressed. Uh, Investigate current customer satisfaction. Determine consumer response to two proposed campaigns. And then prepare research request agreement. The research request agreement should be executed between the research and the client and should include the background, events that led to the manager's decision, the decision problem, underlying question confronting the manager, based on the research, not on their determination. Use issues used to address the decision problem. Use supplying logical reasons for each piece of research. population groups from whom information must be gathered, and then the logistics, estimates of resources requirements. How much is it going to cost? How many people do we need? Do we need technology? What do we need to get this done? And then you have the whole problem, the model of the problem formulation process completed. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the videos and the journal article that are for today, or for this week, excuse me. So again, if you go into week 2, you can see Malcolm Gladwell, Happiness and Spaghetti Sauce. It's one of my favorite videos. So I hope you enjoy that. And then I thought this was pertinent since we're in Oklahoma and gaming industry is having a really rough time right now. So I thought that article, journal article, would be of some interest. Okay, I look forward to reading your discussion board comments. Have a great day.